Hey traders, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Austin Silver. I appreciate you being here checking out my trading content. In today's video, we're going over my GbpChf long trade here. It's Wednesday, November 6th at about 6:37 in the morning. We're up 5 pips. So in today's video, what I'd like to do is explain to you what I liked about the trade, what I didn't like about the trade, the few things I had, beef with here, and really how I plan on managing this trade going forward. So like I said, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the feed, hit the red subscribe button below me and let's get into the recap. So let's flip over to TradingView with about 2 minutes left in the candle here. You can see the high set yesterday at 7 a.m. was the zone that was respected at the end of the day yesterday and the zone that was respected after the initial breakout of the London session here this morning. So we have 2 times now that price has retested the zone set yesterday and come down off of it. You would think then that people would be trying to sell it here and take it down. However, if you use indicators like we do, it tells you to still stay long biased. The TDI not showing any divergence on top, holding a really solid buy zone value, tells me to stay long biased. On top of that, the EMAs being in a full uptrend here tells me to stay long biased. And on top of that, the big move up yesterday confirms to me that we should stay long biased today. There's no reason to try to call the top here. There's no divergence, like I said, and that would be trading counter trend, counterintuitive. So with our long bias set, when I woke up this morning, I saw the initial breakout of the Asian range here had tested that zone. This initial breakout got me interested to say, hey, maybe this actually has some juice in it, even after the move yesterday, to still go higher today. That's what all the indicators are telling me. So when it came back down, and I woke up at about 4:30, 5 o'clock, I was at the charts. When it came back down and did not break past 127.85, 127.84 here, which basically meant that it kept making higher lows, when it didn't break, that makes me think even more that we might hold this level and at least push back up to the zone here, hopefully breaking through it, as you can see, and going higher. That's why I'm in the trade now. So if we go to the 1 minute, we can see, if you remember from my trade yesterday on CHF JPY, another quote JPY pair, we used divergence to find a really good buy entry price in a very clear overall uptrend. So here, you would think you could do the same thing, and that's exactly what we find. RSI rising, price action falling at that 800 EMA on the 1 minute, creating that divergence at the point of a pullback. We can then look for longs after that. Now, I didn't get long right here on the initial entry, and even here on the second breakout of the 50 and the 200, I didn't get in there. I waited, because with these entries, you can be late and still make money. I waited for the breakout on the 15 minute to close because I wanted to make sure that we were gonna have a solid risk reward setup based on the 15 minute that I could measure. As long as I can measure where I'm putting my stop, which is always basically at the entry candle open price plus my spread, as long as I can measure that, then I know I can use my other indicators like ADR and the pivot points to determine if this is a good risk reward setup. Now, ADR has plenty of space. The green line up here marks ADR. We have plenty of space up there. The first stop is going to be this zone, as you can see where we're stopping right now, set at yesterday's high. But if we can break through there, which I'm thinking we are, as we're extending off the 8 EMA, I think the first stop after that is going to be this pivot point here, 128.21. So if we flip back to MetaTrader, you can see my take profit is not in yet because I'm just kind of watching the trade and letting it develop, but I only have 10 pips of risk on here. So if I can get up from 197, even up to, let's just say, for example, 128.16, I'm still going to get just about 2R out of this trade. So it's now 6:46. You can see this new 15-minute candle developing here, hopefully pushing us for another new high of day. Each candle has been breaking out for us, so it looks like it's going to continue to rise. But I did want to come on and kind of start the video with you guys, give you a little update, tell you what I liked about it, show you how I found the direction, and show you where I have a little beef with it. So I'm in it as a B setup. It's not an A+ setup. We do have this zone here that I don't love, and again, it's a CHF pair, which I don't love. So if you can ever find things about the trade that you don't love, but you still like it enough to read the risk reward, just size down. It's that simple. So again, it's 6:46, 6:47. I will come back on with you guys in a few minutes and keep you updated on how this trade is playing out. All right, guys, it is now 7:46. Right there, I'll put the PNL up. As you guys can see, I closed for a 7 pip loss as price action just broke back under the 50 EMA. This 2 candle formation that I entered in, normally we'll see extension off of that. We won't see a full pullback to the 50 like this. Now, I'm not changing my bias on this pair. I still think we're more likely than not going to see rise here today. So I'm going to look for a re-entry, right? But this divergence building on top with this falling RSI, rising price action, plus this break of the 50 here, this could signal to me that this is going to try to reset itself and come back down towards the 800. So I want to get out in case it's doing that, right? Because I know that that's a potential counter trend signal that some people trade on. Get out, see if I can find a re-entry long or let it fall and just stay away from it. So it's 747. I take the 7 pip loss. I was in at 96, out at 89. No big deal here. Literally, even because I traded it like a B setup, about 0.5% risk. I didn't take the full stop, so I didn't even lose a full 0.5% there. So very small, still up on the week. Gonna keep looking to see if we can find any more opportunities, but as you can see, this looks like it's coming down here. So I made a good decision, I think, to get out. Instead of taking the full stop, I'll take a 7 pip loss instead of an 11 pip loss there. So I'll keep you guys posted to see if I find anything else, see how the day wraps up, and we'll see if this thing gives us a re-entry or not. All right, guys, so it is 8:23. I want to tap in with you one more time here. So if we look at the 1-minute chart here, we did get what could be considered, if you're using my divergence signal, a re-entry. I'm gonna watch and see how this develops, but I didn't take the break here of the 50. I didn't take it off the 800 because the 15-minute is still giving me signs that this is not going to move higher today. It might just chop its way sideways. We have nice EMAs, we've got a nice TDI, but we also have divergence now on top. You can see with the rising price action, the falling RSI here today, and we also have this zone set at yesterday's high back here at 7 a.m. That's really been tough for this thing to break. Once we bounced off it, twice we bounced off it, the third time while we were in it, we bounced off it. So for me, I'm not gonna go at it again. The only reason I would trade here is if we were maybe breaking out of the zone, breaking past the body high here, something like that. But until then, I'm not gonna go jabbing at this trade. We're not finding a lot of clean stuff anywhere in the market today, so there's no reason to go, punching a CHF pair that sometimes does get choppy like this might be here today. If we look at GbpJPY, we had a divergence entry here as well, potentially, but again, trend was not great. You were under the 50 between the 200. TDI was swapping zones, so just not a great setup here. And then we were looking at NZD CAD possibly to take this short off the 800, but that's not ever a great idea because it's counter trend. You see that rising RSI all day, and look, this doesn't move much lower. It did come down a bit, but now it's pulled right back up to where we would have entered at. So it's not like any of the ideas here today are playing out, which is kind of a good thing that we stayed out of them. I had reasons to avoid them. They were decent ideas, but nothing worth trading. The GbpChf trade was definitely a good setup. It was definitely good to be in it, and it was definitely good to close early and not take the full stop following the rules. So I will keep an eye on this. I will do markups on it for our team. I'll post those in the VIP chat for you members so you guys can see how this plays out, of course. But I'm gonna wrap the video up here because I don't think I'm gonna be trading anymore. It's 8:30. Some days you just take the small loss, you move on. You guys have seen already this week, we crushed Monday, CHF-JPY, small loss on GU. We were still profitable. Crushed yesterday on Euro USD, left a ton of money out there, still profitable on the week. Take the small loss here today, still blue on the week. We have more than enough firepower, more than enough mental capacity to come back tomorrow, Thursday, and even Friday and finish the week strong. So stay with me here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed. Stay up with my trades. Stay up to date with my journey. I appreciate it always, guys. Drop a comment, say what's up, and I'll see you guys in the next trading video.